So now the hype is over. No, it's not over for Spider-Man No Way Home. Let's talk about Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of the Madness, as this movie directly slides into Doctor Strange 2, as that is the next Marvel-based movie. And damn, we got the first teaser trailer, which is now being officially released by Marvel Studios on YouTube, so we can talk about it properly. So, what is good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to see the face behind the voice. Also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, because I've got like 5 followers over there. Right, let's get into this video. So, the hype train for Doctor Strange 2 will vamp up before the movie actually comes out. But what is interesting here is this movie is going to be so much darker. There's going to be so much more hype. It's going to be less pally-pally like Spider-Man No Way Home is. It's going to be dark. It's going to be gritty, but we still got to stay in the PG-13 category. I really wish Marvel could have went full in and made this a 15. So the teaser trailer is very misleading. Evil Doctor Strange is not the villain, not even close to being the villain, not at all. So the trailer makes you believe that Wanda is good. So you got to understand is WandaVision ended with Wanda getting the dark hold, us hearing her kids, and Wanda is going to be looking for her kids, and Wanda is going to be the overall villain of this movie. Now, the trailer is very misleading from what the reports are suggesting, and it's hard to actually break down the reports and the leaks and the rumors because every single super duper Twitter scooper is kind of saying the same thing, but kind of saying something different. So a lot of people seem to think Shamagura will be the main villain and will be summoned by Wanda herself, but it could also be another character that a lot of people seem to think that it's not Shamagura, it's actually a different character. But I don't know, guys, I've seemed to think it is Shamagura, but for some reason some people seem to think it is Gargantos, although they do kind of look very similar to me. Let me know down below, guys. To me it is definitely Shamagura, but the overall villain for this movie has always been Wanda, and it was Wanda before they did this massive 6-week reshoot, shooting 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. That is more than a standard reshoot, and it's more than just getting more crazy cameos in. Marvel Studios apparently have seen, everyone's seen the craziness from Andrew and Tobey being in No Way Home, and they will be shoving in many more cameos. So there's so many misleading reports about what is going to happen in this movie from reputable sources. And I mean, there's some sources saying that Brother Voodoo brings his magical touch to the multiverse. Other reports saying that Mordo is a lock to return. As we know, Mordo was in the trailer. We know Mordo will be in this. There's going to be a lot of characters in this. Essentially, America Chavez is in the movie. And based on reports, Shamagura is going to be after Chavez because he wants her power to have complete control of the multiverse. Now, that does make complete sense because as we know at the moment, apparently, she can literally bounce between different universes easily, when not many other characters can do that from our understanding. And there is multiple different reports for this. Tobey Maguire is in the movie, although that would be cool fan service. What the frickin' hell can Tobey Maguire do in this movie? To me, it doesn't really make much sense. But the most interesting part is apparently is the ending of this movie, which came out even before the trailer was shown. Allegedly, it's going to be like a horror movie which will affect timelines of other universes as the result. Some living creatures and most humans being trapped in some sort of void location very similar to the Loki TV series. The final battle would take place in the void. Think of it as the final battle in Avengers Endgame, but with characters from other universes. The void's location allegedly is rumored to be the ending of Doctor Strange 2, full of cities, skyscrapers. In other words, just like Loki was. The Avengers will have to fight Shamagura and its evil army of demonic beings. Strange will assemble his own version of the Avengers, and this is where things get even more interesting. But because they did reshoots, they could change literally anything. The ending of Doctor Strange 2 ending is accurate. We're in for quite an endgame style battle involving fantastic team of Avengers. Now, Strange apparently is going to recruit several members of the X-Men, and then this is where it gets even crazy. See, I don't know whether to believe any of these rumors or scoops or sources, because when Tobey and Andrew came back, and you got to understand, we got Zack Snyder's Justice League, literally anything happened. There's rumors that Ian McKenna's Magneto, Halle Berry Storm, Warstu as Namor, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, James Madison as Cyclops. The crazy cameo level has gone to redonkulous level. Tobey Maguire being in it. Now, to me, it makes no sense because the report also suggests that he's not really going to be doing anything other than helping defenseless civilians in the void, and Maguire will only be doing a voiceover for this movie as he won't actually be in the fight. He'll be in the fight, but you won't physically be able to see him. Allegedly, apparently, Wolverine is also going to have a moment where he goes on a rampage, as in the scene in the woods from Logan. So there is so many reports for this. I could literally make this into a 30-minute video if I wanted to, but it is interesting, these reports coming out. So the trailer makes as you think Strange, Supreme Strange is the villain, but allegedly, according to sources, he's not really going to be in the role that much. He's not going to be in the movie this much, which does coincide with Benedict Cumberbatch comments when he said he doesn't really have much to do in the movie. Wanda and Mordo's variants are the main villains of this movie. I mean, we know Wanda is the overall villain, and apparently the ending of the movie is going to have some kind of House of M vibe or feeling. But one thing that's consistent is each report states the dark hold is going to be very important to this, but we already know that based on the end of WandaVision and the fact that Wanda had it. I still find it a little bit strange that there was supposed to be a huge Doctor Strange cameo, but for some reason that was taken away from us, but we kind of know roughly what was supposed to happen. So it is interesting that this will be the next Marvel movie that's going to be freaking huge. Now, the cameos in this are just absolutely insane. The Illuminati, Captain Carter's going to be in it, Patrick Stewart, Professor X apparently, Tom Cruise was in talks to be Iron Man. Apparently they could bring Black Panther in this. They're going to bring the problem is it's going to be might get to the point where it's oversaturated with crazy amounts of people. Loki has to be in it if this information about the void being in it is true, because there needs to be some kind of je ne sais quoi, some kind of consistency. So on one of the reports, it's very interesting because it says here right at the end, Wanda is full-on villainous and ends up winning. I'm not sure, but she might do a reverse, no more mutants, and bring them instead of getting rid of them. So what essentially it's saying is right at the end of this movie, Wanda is going to full-blown bring all the mutants instead of getting rid of them, hence why it says do a reverse. Pretty interesting. Black Bolt was an idea, not sure what's interesting about that. The fact that Vin Diesel has said he wanted to play Black Bolt for the longest time, but one thing for sure is this movie is going to introduce the idea of lots of different characters within the multiverse, because it's a full-on multiverse movie. So what I think is going to happen is Wanda is the villain. She's looking for her kids and she will kill and wipe anyone out in a way that gets in her eye. She's going to be a full-on villain. Shamagor is going to be in the movie being controlled by Wanda, most likely. If you do want me to go over the full leaks, it would literally take me 20 minutes plus to go over all this stuff, because there are a lot of interesting tidbits, like Charles Murphy's Multiverse, sourced on here, saying Tom Hiddleston will appear as Loki, which is cool because Loki is a favorite, but this is sourced 2 months ago. Monica Rambeau may appear. Yeah, it is interesting. There's too much to go over, but we've broken down the main bits, the ending, who could potentially be in it, the leaks, and what potentially is going to happen towards the end of the movie. So like always, guys, I hope you can join this journey through to the Multiverse of Madness. We have got at least, 4 or 5 months. It comes out in May, I think. So we will be covering Doctor Strange 2 in much more detail going forward. So thank you very much if you're going to join the Doctor Strange 2 journey. So like always, guys, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. That helps the channel more than you ever know. Comment 500 times. That comments more than you ever know. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu, Twitter, WarstuG, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.